Hi, we're here with Philippe Mius d'Entremont at CUTV today, and I would like to ask you, where were you born, Philippe?
I was born in Quebec City, 1969, so I'm quite old.
No, you aren't.
I'm 45.
And did you start out on cello?
Yes, I did.
First instrument.
Yeah, it's my first instrument. It's still my main instrument, actually. I started out very, very young. I was 4 or 5, something like that. It's my mother's favorite instrument, and she was a music teacher. So she wanted me and my brother, actually, my younger brother, to have a musical education. So she put us on, me on cello because it was her favorite instrument, and my younger brother on violin.
I noticed your cello, you have an electric cello, that your setup is with electric cello and looping pedals. What is the difference in tone production with regards to an electric cello versus like the acoustic cello? Like, how does the bow technique change?
Bowing technique, the electric cello is a bit less responsive. It's still pretty good. You can still get most of the nuances that you would get from an acoustic one, but it's, I guess it's basically the same thing as classical guitar and electric guitar. They're a bit like different. They each offer possibilities, but as far as subtleties, I think that the acoustic instrument always has a bit more subtleties than the electric one, which go through pickups, which, yeah. But at the same time, sometimes there's some technique that I couldn't do in acoustic with regard to some of the sustain that I can get and stuff like that, yeah, I can do some of the stuff on the electric that I couldn't be doing on the acoustic one.
How do you decide which is the first layer of the loop?
Through improvisations, honestly, sometimes like 5 seconds before I begin to play, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So I just basically either it just comes up a riff or something like that, and then I'll build upon it. Or sometimes, yeah, I'll just noodle a bit around, just like get the tonality in my head and try to figure out. But I try to always get like basic riff so that I can actually build a bit on top of it. So I try to make it not too complicated or stuff like that.
Are all of the sounds made with the electric cello, or do you have like a drum patch that you use sometimes?
It's interesting, actually. It opens up new possibilities. Having something set as tempo just like kind of gives you certain security to actually have something, just you know that the first part is going to be a solid foundation, and then you build on top of it.
would you consider to be like your compositional inspiration?
There's a quote from Brahms upon listening to Dvorak cello concerto, which is awesome. I like Dvorak a lot also. But upon listening to Dvorak cello concerto, it says, "Oh, if I had known you could write that kind of stuff for cello, I might have written a cello concerto." Just like, oh, I love Brahms, but yeah, I didn't. Shostakovich, stuff like that, like early 20th century Russian composers. But I listen broad range of music.
Have you ever thought about writing for film or television?
Actually, that's one of the things people like listening to some of my music. It sounds very soundtrack-like. For movies, you can get away with some really simple ambient stuff, and it's kind of interesting. It's same thing like working with dance. It's basically about keeping a groove, a rhythm. You can just like lay down the melody and just like lay it low and just keep the groove going.
it easier to busk in the metro as a classical musician or as sort of a jazz improv musician? Like if you were to go and play the Rococo variations, would it be more lucrative or less lucrative, do you think, as a busker?
People tend to react to the stuff they already know. You don't have to go all out just like super complicated stuff. The Bach suits, most of the time I will play prelude. I play some of the other movement for myself because I don't want to be playing only the
preludes.
same. Yeah, so, but yeah, the one that really does pay is the prelude.
It's true.
Because people know it.
As I understand it, our producer Louise found you at Nuit Blanche. Can you tell us a little bit more about Nuit Blanche?
It was at Hôtel de Germain. The staff was awesome. It was really, really nice. And it was really nice playing for people that were going by. They were sitting down, listening for a while, and then going about because there's so much stuff happening during Nuit Blanche. That was fun. That was fun.